Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the second part of the secret to crypto markets, and we're going to be diving into how to use the volume profile with different time frames and identifying liquidity in the volume profile to trade from. To just get this started off, I suppose we can go back in time and try and show a high time frame volume profile, and then we'll get into the low time frame ones after. So we'll go to like the 1 day. So even here on the 1 day, we'll just go back to the bottom of here. So I'm just going to use the 4 hour to represent this low, just so you've got a bit more of a profile you can see. Just there. And whack that. So you can see you've got this lower volume profile over here, but if we bring it over further for the whole range, we've got this volume profile. So currently we're below the value area low. So we're going to be trading towards the value area high. So that's our macro targets. I'll just quickly draw that in so you don't have to keep that profile there. Right, so there's the value area high, value area low, and POC drew in. We can get rid of this. So we know right now we're biased towards longs. We're trying to get back into that value area. Come down here and we can draw a value area for this section here, to which we can see the key liquidity outside of these zones is here, here, and ultimately here. Now in alignment with that, you can use a Fibonacci retracement tool, and that will give these liquidity. So right here would be a good time. If we touch this by taking these licks, that'd be a good time. Or if we come down here, so that validates them levels. So now we just wait for price, and if we're going to enter, I'm just going to draw a rough position. You're going to be looking for longs about there, TP to there. And if you come down here, we can discuss a different trade. Obviously we need confirmation, but just as a rough target, and you're aiming for example the value area low. Obviously you could tighten you could do multiple trades and do that or whatever, but this is just a rough estimate of where we want to be looking to trade, because it's this level, or that level. So that covers all three. So I don't know if we got filled there. Let's have a look. We didn't go below that low. If I draw that straight, we didn't go below it yet, so still waiting to be filled. Multiple times closed, leaving liquidity, took out all three. So when we come down to this level here, the first trade lost, but that's no problem, because now we came to sweep all the liquidity we were targeting for. So we go down to the 1 hour and start for looking for bullish movement here. So we've got these bullish divergences and we're looking to come higher. So at this range here, again, we can pull a volume profile for a smaller range, and we'd want to come to the value area low if we're going to try and trade long right now. So we'll wait. So at value area low, taking out some licks. See if we can look at the lower time frames for confirmation. Right now we're getting the bullish divergence here, here. Money flow starting to bottom out. It's not ideal, but you can start looking potentially for longs here. What's also just caught my eye, we're at this level here. We could take here. That's not a bad area, but as we're going right now, it's not too bad to wait for a green dot and take a trade here, to be honest. So again, if you're going to take a trade here with SL below that low, and obviously because you're entering on such a small time frame compared to the macro, you can aim for the macro low, something like that with TPs along the way, value area high, value area low, POC, value area high, value area low. You've got all these levels. So obviously this is some liquidity, so that's probably a good TP. There's nothing really here. Maybe SL, it profits at these levels, because that's where you could bounce and go down. But we'll see. So see here, we're starting to create some more bullish divergences. I'd usually wait for a cipher block break, but just for this purpose I won't. So you see here, we held all the way through. We came up to these targets, so I said will be an entry. I don't know what risk to reward this is. We'd probably take maybe 20% there, another 20% or 30% here, maybe even 40% there, and the rest at very, very high. So see if we can hit that first target. Obviously we've already hit this target, but for the next one. To be honest, by now I probably would have took some more out, coming close to entry. We're still not a bad risk to reward. 1.1. I probably would have took a bit extra now, just because we're coming down. We want to get a bit more out of the trade if we look like we're exhausting to the downside. Came up, touched that level. You can see there, touched that level. So final target would be very, very high. Well, the very, very low of the macro range, my bad. And finally, after a bit of time waiting, won the trade for a 5.49 risk to reward. Took a loss originally, so it's not 4.49 altogether in the video, but that's just a demonstration. I had to combine them. I'm going to do one today because doing multiple demonstrations might confuse if it's slightly different setups. That's a good line of confirmation there that I've just used. As you can keep watching that replay now, you'll start to understand exactly what I'm looking at in the market and hopefully be able to catch some trades like this. But yeah, that's been everything today. Hope you enjoyed and see you.